Hey everyone, it's James Lambert, the motivational coach and speaker. I went from knockouts to knowledge and from headlocks to hugs. I still embrace people, just now in a far more positive manner. I came across a beautiful piece of writing I'd like to share with you today. And this particular passage is by someone called Kalu Rinpoche. Kalu Rinpoche. I believe he was a Buddhist monk. If 100 people sleep and dream, each of them will experience a different world in his dream. Everyone's dream might be said to be true, but it would be meaningless to ascertain that only one person's dream was the true world and all others were fallacies. There is truth for each perceiver according to the karmic patterns conditioning his perceptions. Nice piece of writing there by Kalu Rinpoche. And it got me thinking about accepting other people's viewpoints and so on. Previously, I don't mind admitting I could be very judgmental. I made a video called The Judge, the Juror, the Jury and the Executioner. And previously, if anyone didn't meet my particular standard in the world, it was like, right, that's it. You're condemned. And, I must dispense instant justice as I saw it. Now, what's very damaging, nay, particularly unhelpful about that, is, of course, the person that you feel is in the wrong, they have their own equally fixed judgments and perceptions about the world. So what I felt was wrong behaviour, they could think was perfectly normal, and my behaviour was wrong. And this, it is dangerous because it's that type of rigidity and inflexible thinking that ultimately, in the microcosm, in the macrocosm, from disputes on the club door, in homes, domestics, ultimately that's the microcosm, but the end result of it is wars between nations. Because I am right, you are wrong. No, things are just, and it goes so much beyond black and white. There are so many millions of layers. Why? Because just like this, it would be crazy to say one person's dream was the true world and all other were fallacies, all the others were wrong. No, because our worlds are precisely coloured by the lens of our vision. Based on what? Based on how we grew up. And that's why I like that saying, if you walked a mile in his or her shoes, maybe you would act, think and feel in the same way. So it's easy to judge, it's so easy to do, and yet, had you had the same life as them, could you in all honesty say you would act any different? Now, this leads to another point. You can find the behaviour distasteful. In religious things, they call it like, hate the sin but not the sinner. But in modern psychology or NLP or anything like that, in counselling, any of the healing modalities, you would say we can not tolerate the behaviour, but the person is still valid and whole. So you separate the behaviour, which you can find very unpleasant, say if they were a criminal of some description, you can find their behaviour abhorrent, but yet you can still see the person and their capacity to be whole and to be fixed and to be loving and indeed loved. You can still see that inherently in there. You can see beyond the beliefs and so on. So I just encourage you in your own life, if you are being a bit maybe too rigid, just see where you could be inflexible, or rather more flexible. And I think acceptance, that's the other thing. You can still have your view. It's like another lovely quote, I forget who this was attributed to, but it said, I disagree with you, but I will defend your right to the death in your ability to say it. Now that wasn't verbatim, but you get the point. It was like, now I can still fundamentally disagree with your viewpoint, but I so respect and I would even die for your right to say it. And that's beautiful, because as I've grown and matured, I found out that we can disagree, but we don't have to fall out about it. And that's a wonderful, wonderful way of looking at life. So I hope you enjoyed this piece of writing and this video. If you did, please like it, comment. I love to hear your views. Share it, share the love, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. As always, you are unstoppable, and I believe in you.